Connecticut does not have the best pizza. Welcome back to Nobody Asked Shawn, episode 4. Some of you may notice this is a repeat backdrop, and to that I say, well, yes, because this show is free and these backdrops are not. So how about you keep your mouth shut and don't talk about my finances. Stay out of my personal affairs. Very excited for this episode. I got a new segment. Got to answer some questions later. And I'm mainly excited because I have ideas. Last week, I didn't have any ideas. Y'all don't even realize how close you were to not having a new episode last week. I was just not gonna put one out. Like, so y'all better thank Denzel. If you're a fan of this show, you better thank Denzel Washington for putting out a less than stellar movie, because he gave me something to talk about. And also thank Dame FK, because I told him I didn't have an idea for this episode, and he said, nigga, if you don't put out an episode, as a direct quote, he said, nigga, if you don't just put out some bullshit. And I did. Black History Month continues. Black History. Tries Tom Brady might to put a damper on things. He can't do that. He doesn't have that kind of power. Black History Month is going to keep going whether you like it or not, Tom Brady. I was talking to somebody and he was like, oh, you can't say Tom Brady ruined Black History Month. I said, first of all, I never said ruined. I said damper. Second of all, yes, I can. Fuck that nigga. Like, I mean, whatever. Like, I mean, shout out to him. He did it. Woohoo. But I mean, like, he's like, well, they got black players on the Buccaneers too. I said, well, name them. Ain't nobody talking about them. All I'm hearing is Tom Brady. If we're hearing Tom Brady's, a white man's name, way too much in Black History Month, and that's my problem. This nigga can win as many Super Bowls as he wants. Save that shit. Save that talk for March. Actually, don't save it for March. My birthday's in March. Save that shit for April. April's got. I mean, spring's starting to pop up. Don't talk about him. Talk about him amongst yourselves and quiet. I don't want to hear about Tom Brady. But I mean, again, shout out to him. He did it. Woohoo! I love Black History Month. Black History, because this is when white people really show if they know anything black. Like if they know Black history, if they know black figures, like, because this is when if the pressure's on. Like, motherfuckers be like, oh, it's Black History Month, let's celebrate. And then you see, like, I love to see how far down the list of names they could get before they just run out of shit. It's like, all right, Martin Luther King, check. Malcolm X, check. Fucking Madam C.J. Walker, check. Fucking George Washington Carver, check. And then it started to get a little iffy. Motherfuckers don't really start to know. You know what I mean? Niggas don't know Ida B. Wells. Ask your white friends. I don't know. They don't be really knowing names. They might have know a Thurgood Marshall. I ain't hearing too many A. Philip Randolphs coming from the white man this month. And they don't really be knowing what black people did. They know the name, but they don't really know what they did. I had a white motherfucker tell me that George Washington Carver invented peanuts. Like, that motherfucker just reached his fucking crusty black hand into the soil and created a legume whole cloth. That's what he did. Ask your white friend what Malcolm X did, and he'll tell you, he got killed. He got killed, right? That's what he did. They don't really be knowing. This episode is brought to you by Wingman. Valentine's Day is a few days away, and there's a lot of pressure to find someone. But Wingman hires professionals to do the hard part for you. Yo, my man right here trying to talk to you. My man over there trying to holler at you. See my man over there? Yo, he trying to talk to you. That's a tried and true method that dates back to the beginning of civilization, and Wingman boasts a 7% success rate. That's more than double their nearest competitor. At Wingman, they figure she may not like you, but she will respect the fact that you thought she was so attractive that you were too much of a coward to approach her yourself. Wingman, let the homie do it for you. I saw somebody on Twitter asking people, what have you gotten better at since March? I got better at muting your tweets. Nigga, don't ask me shit. I haven't gotten better at anything. I've gotten worse at Call of Duty Warzone. That's what's changed in me since last March. That's true too, and I'm not happy to say it. Last year we was playing Warzone a lot during the beginning of quarantine, and my friend Joe did not have the game. And he started playing it, and he was very bad, and I was on his ass. I was never letting that nigga hear the end of it, and now he's better than me. And you know what? Shout out to Joe, because he has not once rubbed it in my face. He has improved greatly, and he's been gracious about it, and he has every right to embarrass me by showing me the scoreboard at the end of the match, but he hasn't done that, and that's why I love my friend. What the fuck you mean? Like, what have I gotten better at since March? I'm so sick of you like capitalist motherfuckers always trying to turn shit into like this. How did you improve? And what do you LLC? You supposed to start an LLC, invest. Like, shut up, nigga. Like, this is the worst year most of us will ever experience. Like, let me chill out. I've gotten better at staying away from you motherfuckers. Like, that's it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm lazy. Like, hey, I'm lazy. You happy now? I'm lazy. So what? If I can't be lazy during a pandemic, I mean, what else you do? You know what I mean? I don't work in healthcare. I don't work anywhere. Like, I'm just so sick of people being proud. Like, yo, just like, yo, leave me alone. Like, just like keep that shit to yourself. Like, what about us underachievers? We don't want to hear that. We got a lot on our plate because we've accomplished very little. So, you know what I mean? It's still all right there in front of us. And we got to face that every day. We don't want to hear about your pride. And people be proud of everything. Like, people be proud of bullshit. Like I'm from New Haven, Connecticut. And we supposedly have the best pizza in the country. That's what people be saying, like Frank Pepe's and Sally's and Modern and shit. And it's like, yo, like, but okay, motherfuckers be so proud of shit that they ain't got nothing to do with it. Yo, my city makes the best pizza, but you don't do that. You don't make pizza, sir, ma'am. You've never tossed dough into the air and caught it and looked really cool doing it and then put it on the table with the sauce and the cheese. Like, you don't, that's not what you do. You know what I mean? You're an insurance agent. Why are you talking about how your city is known? Like, that has nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't never be talking about shit that they see that they should be proud of that they did. Like, yeah, I'm so proud of my city because I started a grassroots community outreach organization. Like, nah, it's like, yo, we got the best sauce. We got the best barbecue sauce in it. Like, fuck you. You have nothing to do with that. Motherfuckers be so proud. Like, yeah, my city has the best lasagna. Like, so? Like, if I go to this one spot, I might get the best lasagna. Everybody don't got the best lasagna. And that's like, they was trying to make Connecticut's state food pizza, and motherfuckers was getting worked up, and like people from other states was pissed, and Connecticut people was riled up. It's like, yo, like, why do you even care? Like, this is what we riled up about is pizza. Like, there's other stuff to be proud of. Like, Connecticut was one of the first states to adopt a $15 minimum wage. This was years ago. Why do we know we should change our state food to $15 minimum wage? How about that? Like, what do you care? And also, Connecticut does not have the best pizza. And this is someone who loves New Haven pizza. I love New Haven pizza. You take New Haven pizza off the map, a couple other spots, like there's some good spots, really good spots in Waterbury. I ain't forget about you, Frankie Hill, don't kill me. But like, after that, it's like, yo, we don't have the best. Like, here's why they say New York has the best pizza. Because you could go down pretty much any street in New York and get a good slice of pizza. It won't necessarily be the best pizza you've ever had, but it'll be pretty fucking good. The floor is pretty high. Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to find really bad pizza in New York compared to other places, and that's like, let them have it. Like, let them have it. Like, even dollar pizza started getting good in New York, and that's when I knew it was like, yo, yeah, got it, bro. Yeah, they got it, and that's totally fine. Like, you could still have great pizza in your city and not have it be your identity. Like, nigga, are you the motherfucker on the front of the box with the twisty mustache and the chef hat? No, that's not you. So, like, yeah, I mean, and what about that dude? Like, actually, let's talk about that. Who is that guy, and how is he on every pizza box and he's not getting paid? You know what I mean? Like, yo, like, the motherfucker whose likeness that is has to be furious. Like, yo, they got me everywhere and I ain't seeing no checks. Like, where's that man? Where's my nigga Bruno at? I think his name is Bruno. He feels like a Bruno to me, maybe an Umberto. Show Bruno some respect. Pay my man his money. Pay Bruno. # pay Bruno. And we gonna get that trending, and we gonna get my man, he gonna be sitting pretty one day. So, you know what? I'm gonna just keep going. This is an episode of hate. I hate everything. I hate the Mandela effect. You know what the Mandela effect is? It's like, motherfuckers thought Nelson Mandela died years ago, but he actually didn't, and now everybody's like, oh, there's something going on in the universe where everything that used to be a certain way is different. Like, the Bernstein Bears is spelled different, and Febreze and Skechers is like, yo, you know what the Mandela effect is? It's just motherfuckers not being able to admit that they're wrong. You're wrong. You never knew how to spell the Bernstein Bears, and that's fine. You never knew how to spell Febreze. You thought it had 2 E's. You thought it had 2 Z's. I don't know what you thought, but that's okay. Like, just be wrong, nigga. Like, what? Like, that means there's a puppeteer pulling the strings on the universe and fucking with our heads because you don't know how to spell Skechers. Like, fuck you. There's no Mandela effect. It's you. You're wrong. That's what it is. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong, and that's fine. Like, we all been wrong about something before. Like, I thought Azalea Banks was going to be a big star, and then she started killing chickens in her closet. You know what I mean? That was out of my hands. I was wrong about that, and I gotta admit that. She still makes great music. She's an insane person, and I'm not shaming. Like, it's not like mental health shaming. It's just like she is not cut out for stardom. You know what I mean? There's other issues at play. Now it's time for our new segment, Nobody's Ask Shawn. I'm going to answer some questions that were sent in to the Nobody Ask Shawn Instagram and nobodyasksean@gmail.com. Let's get it started. All right, first question. How big is your... Okay, listen here, folks. My mom watches this show, or so she says. She watched it once. She watched some of one episode. So I can't really answer that question on this show. Also, if you want me to answer that question, don't send it to the podcast page. Send it to my personal page. We can answer. I'm kidding. I'm not going to answer that. Bigger than you think? Let's move on. My favorite comedian is the late great Patrice O'Neal, but he's very much dead. So my favorite living comedian is the comeback kid himself, Kid Gorgeous, John Mulaney. And then Chris Rock after that. When did I start doing stand-up? Considering all that I've accomplished, or how little I've accomplished in the field of stand-up, I would say I never started doing stand-up. I am a blip on the radar that faded away long ago. Like, you can't actually prove that I've ever done stand-up. You know what I mean? But when did I first start speaking into a microphone on stages? 2012. It was way too long ago, and I've accomplished nothing in that field, and that's why we're doing podcasts now. Okay, this is a good question. If 20 NBA players came to YMCA and I had to pick a team, who would I pick first? Oh, and Steph Curry is dead. All right, well, if Steph Curry's dead, I'm dead. I'm dead too. I'm going to kill myself. If Steph's not alive, I don't want to be alive. I don't want to have a team. But, I mean, if I had to pick, I guess LeBron. He's the most complete player we got, you know? I would, LeBron or KD, you know? But, that's not fair. The person who asked this, I know what you were doing. You know how much I love Steph, but I don't like to think of a world where Steph is dead. It really hurt me. When is that mug going for sale? Oh, this mug? The mug you saw in my most recent announcement video? No time soon. You know what I mean? Unless motherfuckers show interest in getting a mug, and then I can just start getting it made up. But, you know what I mean? Maybe we could talk about that. You know what I mean? DM me. I mean, I guess you did DM me, but DM me again. All right, here's another one. You think the Knicks aren't going to win a championship? Yes, I think that. Like, so this person who asked me this question, I have a $500 bet with this person that the Knicks won't win a championship in the next 25 years, and I'm very confident in that bet because James Dolan owns the team, and maybe he won't own it for 25 more years, but the effects of Dolan owning the team are going to be so great that, like, it'll. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a while. But also, my bet is this: it's not a smart bet. I mean, it's a smart bet because it's the Knicks, but it's not a smart bet unless you factor in. I'm like, if they don't win a championship, I win $500, and if they do win a championship, if I'm not at a point where I can afford to part with $500, I failed myself. I failed my family. So I'm betting on myself. Truly, I'm betting on myself more than I'm betting against the Knicks. And finally, says not a question, but I ain't even forget y'all niggas called me Dende all throughout high school. That's why I'm on your ass. Old Stretch Monroe, NBA street face ass nigga. Chitlins ass game having ass nigga. You play like Elgin Baylor. Or you needed some high socks. That's why your beard don't connect. Okay, so first of all, that's very hurtful. It's very hurtful. And I know who sent this question in. And I thought you were a friend. I have an Elgin Baylor-esque game, sure. But to say that as an insult is, that's actually... It shows how much you don't know about the game because he was very good. And also, that's why my beard don't connect. Actually, that was a choice. My beard doesn't connect because I feel like having a beard is a crutch. A lot of people have a beard and they think they're more handsome, or like they feel like more of a man, like they look like an actual adult man rather than a 17-year-old teen. And I mean, go off, King. If that's what you want to do, if you want to look like a tough guy or whatever with a beard, I choose not to do that. You know what I mean? My beard could connect at any point if I wanted to. I just don't want it to. So that's that. I guess that's it for this week. Some hurtful questions sent in, and I'm gonna have to reevaluate if I want to continue doing this segment. But yeah, man, send in questions to Nobody Asked Shawn's Instagram story or nobodyasksean@gmail.com. And be nice to me. I love you.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.